Mr. K.S. Rao is the head of the Investor Education and Distribution Development at Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company, the investment manager of Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, which is a joint venture between Aditya Birla Group and Sun Life Financial Services of Canada and India's fourth largest fund house. Over the course of 2 decades in the mutual fund industry, he was worked across disciplines including sales and distribution, marketing, product strategy, and business development. His extensive experience of operating in major geographies in India, having also worked with renowned global consultancy, Boston Consultancy Group, in restructuring India's oldest asset management company. UTI saw him developing unique advantages in understanding the business environment of Indian mutual fund industry. Rao was part of the team Birla Sun Life Asset Management Company for the last 8 years. In his previous role as business head, South Zone was in charge of retail sales and distribution across the southern region of India. He was a recognized leader, manager, and team player with a proven track record of establishing and significantly scaling up the retail sales channel for South. Currently as head, Investor Education and Distribution Development, Rao leads the education organizational efforts towards investor education, distribution development, and deepening presence across the P15 markets in the country. He is working with a mission to create a large pool of informed investors and empower knowledgeable channel partners. Under the banner of Janoge Tabito Manoge, from Birla Sun Life Mutual Fund, Rao has created unique outreach programs like My First Investment, My First Paycheck, Goal-Based Investments, Master the Mind and Manage the Money, etc. Nipun in an initiative to educate and empower channel partners, he is instrumental in structuring and designing various modules in like 15 ideas for the 15 markets. Simplified financial planning, inside the mind of an investor, Manoge, Tavoto, Jitoge, etc. He is also instrumental in designing CFGP unique certification program for IFPS, first of its kind in the industry, which enables an advisor to create a simple goal-based financial planning. Over 4,000 IFPS certified with CFGP in the global-based financial planning. The certification is in association with AAFM India. Rao is also a member of Financial Literacy Committee at Association of Mutual Fund Industry. He is a regular speaker at forums of various industry bodies like CII, CNBC, MFRT, LIRT, Wealth Forum, AAFM, etc. Alumni of IIM Calcutta, Rao is a graduate in Dairy Technology, MBA Finance, CAIIB with PG Diploma in Portfolio Management and PG Diploma in International Business. Thank you.
To introduce the guest of honor, Mr. Deepak Jain.
Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Deepak Jain is involved in training, coaching, and academics for more than 17 years, and is currently working as country head, knowledge management, American economic certifications. He has worked with various multinational banks like Citibank, Standard Chartered Bank, etc. He is a master trainer of American Academy of Financial Management USA for their financial certifications and has conducted many training programs in wealth management, financial planning, and financial analysis. Academically, he is a MBA Finance and holds Certified Financial Planner, Chartered Wealth Manager USA, and Master Financial Professional designations. Today, he trains a wide range of professionals, including bankers, wealth managers, and financial advisors. Mr. Deepak is passionate in inspiring lives and transforming the financial behavior of individuals. His most popular courses are in the areas of investment management, retirement planning, estate planning, insurance planning, risk management, wealth management, financial planning, and tax planning. To date, he has trained over 20,000 people from various strata of the society, including financial professionals from top financial organizations in India. Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. Ladies and gentlemen, we really get this kind of opportunity to listen the words of great knowledgeable speakers who are here. Firstly, I invite Mr. Sukumaran sir to address the gathering and start the workshop.
Respected members of the top management team of Acharya Business School, Shri K.S. Rao, Vice President, Birla Sun Life, Mr. Deepak Jain, AAFM, Dimple, and fellow faculty members and my dear students. So it gives me immense pleasure, especially to address the students of management and myself and Mr. Rao, we have been going to different places throughout the country, addressing the students of management and discussing every bit of investor education, financial literacy, etc. Maybe next 30 minutes, I think I can take? Yes. Yeah, okay. 30 minutes, time is very short, because both Mr. Rao and myself, I think, we don't miss any opportunity whenever we get situation like this, so that is the time management. Okay, the topic I am allotted today is money management skills and financial literacy. So when we speak about money management skills, especially to students of management, they will be thinking about corporate finance, balance sheet analysis, etc. But no, against such expectations, we will be discussing about how the household finance can be managed. Personal finance, prudent management of the personal finance in the context of financial inclusion, in the context of financial literacy, etc. Maybe a different subject. Yes, you have been dealing with the syllabus for the MBA program, etc. like that. Now coming to this money management skills and financial literacy, we need a background. And yes, we know we can put a macro perspective like that. Inclusive growth, so that has been an agenda of government of India. In every 5-year plan, we can see that is the focus. Maybe the fruits of development should percolate to all sections of society. So the main agenda would be inclusive inclusive growth. And to achieve this inclusive growth, inclusive finance for financial inclusion is taken as a strategy. And to achieve financial inclusion or inclusive finance, financial literacy is required. So this is the relationship between financial literacy, financial inclusion, and inclusive growth. So that with that context, let me big. Now coming to financial literacy. So financial literacy has been a buzzword maybe during the last few years, especially when the Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated that Jain ambitious financial inclusion program, PMJD by Prime Minister Jain Yojana, in which all households have been made access to the banking outlets, maybe opening savings bank account, and in that way making use of the transactions in banking, etc. like that. Now, how we can define financial literacy? Maybe since it is a new topic, as well as the students are concerned, I think we can have some basic definition of financial literacy. So, financial literacy is basically in a very simple manner. That is the creation of the financial awareness or financial knowledge. Everybody, every household, they need some piece of financial knowledge. Where to go? Maybe even if they got some kinds of financial requirements, maybe borrowing, where to depend on which financial institution, which banking institution, and what are the various products, etc. So financial knowledge is the number one as far as the financial literacy is concerned. And number two is the skills, attitude. We need positive attitude as well as like that. Suppose if we got a certain amount of money, 1 lakh or 2 lakh, something like that, what to do with that? Positive attitude also goes along with the financial literacy. And finally, it is behavior. So it is the knowledge, the skills, attitude, and the behavior that constitutes the crux of financial literacy. Now, a lot of debate has been going, a lot of research has been going in the field of the financial education, financial literacy, globally as well as the Indian context. Globally, OECD, the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, they have been doing a lot of research activities in the financial. You can go to the public domain of the OECD, and access to these are widely available in the website. Then what is the need for financial literacy? Why everybody is after that? Because now we can say the government, the policy makers, the practitioners, the civil society, even the academia, they are talking much about the financial literacy. Because maybe the US crisis of 2008, that has been like even the developed economies also, and even the emerging economies, and even the developing economies also, financial literacy, the significance is the same. That does not matter even if it is in China, or even in India, or in the developed market like US, UK, etc. like that. Everybody is prone to some kinds of fraud or scandals in the world something. So the first thing that we need is low level of financial awareness. The people that are even if educated, even they may be the postgraduate, they may be the PhD holders, etc. like that, but we find the low level of financial awareness, or we can say self-awareness of the people are very less. And now second one is underestimation of the needs. When we pass on the life cycle, everybody, every household or individual may be having a life cycle. when you use the students, when you get employment, then definitely the next life cycle maybe you may be acquiring some 4-wheeler or 2-wheeler, then you will be passing on to the next life cycle, maybe acquiring a 2 BHK, 3 BHK for housing, then maybe you will be passing through another life cycle of acquiring, marriage life, maybe bringing the family together, then child's education, then retirement, kitties, etc. So everybody, every household, the member of the household will be undergoing this life cycle. Then maybe to plan, achieve these life goals, we need financial literacy. Then comes longer lifespan. Today, what is the longevity? Anybody has got like maybe the poor people are brought together under the banner of self-help groups, etc. And lot of financial literacy interventions are being made. Maybe how to save itself is an art for them. Maybe previously they were saving maybe under the cover of the some pillows or maybe in a pot, something like that. Maybe accessing them to the institutions like commercial banks or rural credit cooperatives, etc. So that way, maybe taking into account the needs of the disadvantaged groups as financial literacy is very significant. Then comes complexity of the products. Today, when you go to the investment market, when you go to the banker, you say that means I got 2 lakhs rupees, I wanted to deposit, then the banker also comes. We got various schemes, reinvestment deposit, ordinary fixed deposit, and with the different kinds of names attached to these things. So we are really confused what are the features of each product. Likewise, when we go to the share market or the stock market, there also we can see cash segment, derivative segment, etc. like that, or debentures, convertible, non-convertible. Like that, every product also now it has become so complex that the ordinary citizen, they need the right financial literacy to judge or convince the various features of this product. The increasing income level and the savings level in India, it is good. Thanks for the last efforts. Maybe India has grown big. Maybe during the last 10 years, we can see the average growth rate, GDP growth rate has been on an average 8% or plus, something like that. So naturally, the income level of the even all the households have increased. The salary level has increased, and as accordingly, the savings level also. 30% is the savings rate. We statistically the government of India publishes something like that. So we can see when the income increases, the savings also increases. This saving is to be parked into the relevant financial products. That gives you the better return with the lesser risk, etc. So for that also we will require financial literacy. Then another thing is increasing level of borrowing. Borrowing is resorted by all the households, whether it is poor or rich. Maybe to manage the time value of money, whatever may be. Whenever anybody goes after acquiring a housing loan or housing, then definitely housing loan also is resorted something like that. That means, so whenever the level of borrowing increases, where to borrow, how much to borrow, like that. Today you can see the financial literacy. If you want a housing loan, just to go to the HDFC website, there everything is written. You just add what is your monthly take-home salary, what would be the age, how much loan you require. Immediately the press on the button will this will be the EMI. So these are financial literacy like that. Before stepping into the footsteps of the commercial bank or a housing financial institution, make yourself very strong that means the decisions, the various things you need, then everything will be solved. Then inflation. And thanks, today the inflation is under control, something around 5 to 6%. By gone out in 2000, maybe 1991, when economic reform started in India, inflation was as high as 17%. So now, because of this inflation, everything under control. But that also you have to take into account. So suppose if you require maybe the management education today, which costs 10 lakhs rupees, maybe after 5 years, maybe when your children grown up, then today's 10 lakhs can be 15 lakhs after 5 years or something like that. So we will have to take into account this inflation factor. All these justifies that financial literacy is required for the households or for the society. Then comes what needs to be taught under financial literacy, whether it is financial literacy or the financial education. So maybe to that extent, the distinction between financial education and financial literacy is that the ultimate goal is financial literacy. Make everybody literate in the financial, for which financial education is undertaken. So financial education is a series of educational interventions so as to achieve the ultimate goal of financial literacy. You can come across from the journals, newspapers, etc. these two terms, financial education as well as financial literacy. Even though these two terms are interacted or quite often used interchangeably, the meaning is that the ultimate goal aim is financial literacy. To achieve this financial literacy, we do a lot of financial education series. Now, the main crux of this financial literacy, financial education would be the number one, savings and remittance. As I told, the savings is not only required for the self-help group members or something that every individual is required savings. And how can you define savings? Don't go to the textbooks or something. Savings is mainly income minus expenditure. So that is the savings. So whatever the income, and luckily Indians are good savers. But when we go to US or some other countries, maybe they spend lavishly and ultimately savings can be less. So whatever the surplus of income over expenditure, that saving is there. So accumulate these savings. When your savings are accumulated up to a desired amount, then you invest. So this is the basic difference between savings and investment. So investment, suppose you have saved every month, maybe after saving say 6 months, maybe you got some 1.5 lakh. That 1.5 lakhs is to be invested either in the fund year bank fixed deposit, or even the mutual fund schemes, or in maybe stocks, shares and certificates, something like that. So that is savings and investment are to be taught to every citizens of the country. So that is the savings, and that will be remittance, how the money is to be exchanged. Now you can say n number of remittance payers, even how a payment mechanism through ATM or in the NAP or RTGS, you want to transfer the money through internet banking, etc. These bits of knowledge should be spread to every household, so they get benefited out of this. Then investment. The investment, as I told, there are a lot of investment opportunities, and Indians for a long time they were relying on the bank fixed deposit. So what is the interest rate on 1 year bank fixed deposit? How much? 8.5, that's average. Somewhere it ranges between 8.25 to near 9, like that. Now it is stabilized. Now Indian financial market, the 1 year FD rate is stabilized somewhere between 8.25 to up to 9% like that. So Indians used to that, they don't want to take risk. But here is, there are opportunities available in the mutual fund industry as well as the stock market industry where we will be getting more than that. And in this connection, when we speak about the investment, I ask you one question. The BSE Sensex today is 25,000. Okay, it has come down from 28,000 or something because of the recent crash, etc. It is something around 25,000. And this BSE Sensex was 100 in 1979. The students of mathematics will ask a question. If 100 in 1979 turns into 25,000 today in 2015, what is the CAGR? Compound how much? 250. We need some bits of calculation. It comes around 14%. So here we can say, here is an asset class, stocks, shares of the companies like that.